Hey, this is Kirk Thurmond. You're watching CMH Exclusives.
Alright. We are here with Coffee Music Hub Exclusives with Kirk Thurmond, Dallas singer-songwriter. Not too new to the scene, but,
No.
Starting to get a little bit more recognition, so people might think that about you, right?
Yes, sir. And I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about what you've recently been doing. I know you've got a project right now that you're working on, a new album. What's that called?
Yeah, the new album, well, I've got a collaboration project that I'm working on to put in between the first EP that's on iTunes right now and the second one, which is called Good Love, Bad Love.
Okay.
So that's probably what you're referring to, is the Good Love, Bad Love record.
Well, either one, just as long as people know what's
Right,
going on.
yeah.
Okay, cool. And now you've been noted recently for opening up for some pretty substantially famous people.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? Let us know which ones it's been and which one's your favorite so far.
Well, so far I think it's been, we said Mint Condition. I'm opening up for Andy Davis here soon. I opened up for, we just talked about this. Who was it?
Ernie Halter.
Ernie Halter, that's what it was. Now, my favorite so far, I don't know, it's kind of tough because Mint Condition was great. I've never played in front of that many people ever, so that was really exciting. But I really liked the Ernie Halter gig because we got to play with him, and that was just really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that was more fun than the Mint gig, but it was a lot of fun, and I think Ernie has actually agreed to be on the collaboration project too.
Oh, that's
so
really
yeah,
cool.
something came out of that. So I think so far opening up for Ernie Halter is my favorite.
Oh, that's really cool. And now the Andy Davis thing, he contacted somebody about you opening up for him,
he did.
right?
He did. I've got a person that I work with that works with Eventbrite. His name is Damani Daniel, and he books me a lot of shows. And so he told me, I got this guy coming in from Nashville. This doesn't have a show in Dallas, so we're putting something together with him. And I was like, okay. I didn't know who it was, and then I get a text one day, and he's like, well, you're opening up for Andy Davis. So it turns out the guy was Andy Davis, and I was like, well, how'd you get that? And he was like, he requested you. So that's a first as well.
That's really cool.
It's a first as well.
It's always a good feeling whenever somebody who's pretty notable is looking for you.
Absolutely.
To play with them.
Absolutely.
And now you're not support on that. You're the opening act.
I'm the opening act.
All right, that's awesome. Cool. Well, hopefully he might get in on that collaboration too. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, everybody's been saying yes, so
Yeah, we'll see
hopefully you
how
can snag him before he goes back into the studio in Nashville.
Yeah. Now locally, you've been working with a group called I'm Talking About.
I have been working
Right.
with them I'm talking about.
And now who are the primary forces behind that?
No, the primary force behind that, and these guys are geniuses when it comes to just like music and the whole scene and the promotion of it all, is Jose Ilode is his name? Olide, sorry. Jose Olide. And I've been hanging out with him like pretty much every day.
Elode in Spanish it translates to corn.
Well, then it's not corn. and then Dustin Cavazos, who is great. The guy does some amazing work.
Now Dustin's going to be on the collaboration album too, right?
Yes, he is.
Yes. Now who else can we look for aside from Ernie Halter and hopefully Andy Davis on that project?
Summer Ames is going to be on there. Awesome talent. Who was it? And one I'm really excited about is David Ramirez is going to be on there, and Ryan Edgar is going to be on there too. So I mean, it's just a whole lineup of mostly Texas, mostly Dallas music, some Austin, and looking like a couple Nashville too. So,
Cool.
but it's all good indie people.
Well, if Ernie's on that, you got the LA side of that going.
Yeah, I do. You're right. Yeah, the LA side of it.
That'd be really cool. Now, obviously we probably should have covered this at first, but what's your a real brief musical background for you?
Well, a brief musical background for me is I started. Me and my brothers all learned how to sing when we were kids. So my dad was a singer in church or whatever, so we did that. Everybody always is searching for that church musician inside of me, like, played in church, right? And I'm like, not really. but that was pretty much it, is the singing part of it. And then everything just kind of took off from there. I played percussion in middle school, through high school, all the way up to college. Picked up guitar along the way and fell in love with that. Songwriting, I guess, was something that was in me the whole time, and it just came out in college. So while I was at ACU, I started writing, and then I eventually just dropped out and started doing it full time.
It's worked out for you so far.
Yeah, it's worked out.
Seems to be going pretty well. Right?
It's worked out great.
What instrument? I know you do percussion and you do the guitar. Is there any instrument you're looking at maybe picking up next?
Something I've been looking at picking up next is I'm looking for a string instrument that I can pick up. like I'm talking about like violin kind of stuff or like cello kind of stuff. Not necessarily for like recording purposes. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Either that or I want to play a mean like keyboard. Not, I mean, we're not talking about like I want to play like a motif. Like I want to be able to get on stage, switch from guitar to like some like vintage '76 Wurlitzer or something like that, and play a song. So, but I've got a background in that. Percussion kind of pushes you towards that, so that could be a little easier.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for the classical stuff, I played viola for like 11 years.
Oh, you did?
Viola. So if you I might be able to give you some lessons.
Okay.
I'm playing.
Well, let's do some lessons.
Yeah, no, I did that before I started playing guitar too. So. Good. Now, currently you reside in, is it Cedar Hill? In the
I currently reside, which we are right here now in Cedar Hill.
We're at White Rhino Coffee,
yeah.
by the way.
And but I'm gonna move soon to Oak Cliff, the Bishop Arts area, because that's where Dustin and all them live, and I feel like there's a strong community building there with him and some of his friends. So I really want to move close and kind of cultivate that musical relationship with everybody.
Okay. Now I know we already mentioned what recording projects you're working on, but is there anything else that's coming up within the next maybe couple of weeks or something that you're trying to get out there and let people know about?
The best thing I've been able to do is demos. For some reason, those have been a really good promotional tool. Basically, because we do the demos, and Jose is like, okay, don't show anybody. Then somebody always leaks it, and then next thing you know, I'm at a show where half the people in the crowd have heard it. So that's been the best thing I can do, is just go in and do demos for all the new projects. I mean, I've already got 2 of the projects was I'm pretty tight on schedule-wise. I'm working with Steve Rocks, who's a producer here in Dallas. Has worked with Bryce Avery with the Rocket Summer, Ryan Edgar. He's worked with all these great guys, and he's been gracious enough to start working with me on everything. He's kind of my go-to guy. But that's pretty much all I can do, is just go to the grindstone, do some demos for all this stuff, make sure that everything's sketched out, and then people will hear the new stuff when they do, and it's been good to leak the new stuff.
Now, what like electronically, what's the best way for people to find you?
The best way for people to find me right now, I'm an avid Twitter user. It's kind of sick how much I use Twitter. And just like Twitter and Facebook. And people have been, I would say MySpace, but people have been just going to iTunes and buying the album more than they've been listening to anything on MySpace. So, that's great for me. Yeah. Because MySpace is free and iTunes isn't.
Yeah. So would iTunes be the best place for people to go and actually
best place to go and get the album for seriously like $4.95 is on iTunes, and that's the Born in the City album, 5 tracks, $5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
5 for 5.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. People are
cool,
really
awesome.
picking it up. Yeah.
All right. Well, Wayne, we appreciate you doing this,
and
we'll make sure that everybody keeps looking out for you.
Appreciate it.
Because a lot of people say you're doing some big things, starting to move on up.
Starting to move on up finally.
Awesome. Cool. All right.
Thanks man. Appreciate it.
Good. That's it.